Hey guys, welcome back to another Ark Taming series video here in Ark Survival Evolved, and we are going after a tame from the Ark Additional Creatures Paranoia mod, and we are after the Goat Sucker. In this case, we are after a shiny mod version of the Cuero Chupacabra. It's called the Roynish Cuero Chupacabra, and he is way out in the desert. Now, we have to be prepared for these fellas because they are a little bit mean, I understand. I've never actually seen one. I've never actually tried to tame one. I don't know shit all about this creature, but we're going to find out about them right now. And the first thing we need to do in order to tame said creature is we need something called a carnal blood pack, and we can craft these in our inventory after unlocking the Ingram at level 15. Okay, so we go to our own inventory, and we're going to craft. We need 1 blood pack, 10 leech blood, and 5 raw meat for these. Okay, so I'm going to make about 40 of them, I hope. I don't know if that's enough. I hope it is. This Cuero Chupacabra is indeed a trank tame, so we are going to be knocking him out. And just so we're clear, if you want to ride said creature, we're going to need a saddle as well. And that saddle is unlockable at level 35, and it costs fiber, hide, and wood. So we're going to go ahead and craft one of those bad boys as well. We'll highlight it, and we will pull the stuff needed to craft one. Okay. And then we're going to fly over and try to find said creature. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to teleport over to my son's base, which is not occupied anymore. Somehow he has enough element. It's just occurred to me that he has enough element to keep the teleporter going. Wonder how he does that. Interesting. Anyway, so we are going to look for this Cuero Chupacabra, and he's located at 8068. I am on my server, my private server on Ragnarok, and these creatures spawn in the grasslands, the green desert, the badlands, and the fertile chamber. Okay, and we're going to 8068 to try to find this one. All right, so what I'm going to do is we're going to hop on Monet, my dazzling ancient featherlight. You guys can find my ancient featherlight video right up above. I'm going to tag that in there right now. And so you can click on that later and check that out. But anyway, we're going to go to 8068, and we will feast our eyes on this creature for the first time ever. I love the additional creature mods. I don't know how spongy this creature is going to be either. Hopefully not very, because I need it to stay alive. I don't know what they look like either, so we have to... Okay, of course there's an alpha here somewhere. Alright, let's see here. 8 is going to... Right? We are looking for a Chupacabra. I don't know how big these guys are going to be either. I don't know if they're a small creature, a big creature. There he is. So he's about the size of a Ravager, it looks like. Yeah, there he is right there. Cuero Chupacabra. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to snipe these other creatures. Okay? So first we're going to go ahead and get him away. And we're going to bring out a bodyguard as well, in case that alpha wants to come up and introduce himself. Okay, so we're going to kill this one right here. That's a 198, but we have to kill that one. We're going to kill the Bony Dragons. Alright. So now that we have him kind of isolated, there are a bunch of other bad things in the area, though, so we need to be very careful. So I'm going to get him knocked out. We're not going to trap him or anything. Although if we did want to trap him, we could do so. You know what? Instead of doing it this way, let's see what can lift him up. I don't have I don't have an RG on me, but I do have a Quetzal. So let's see if a Quetzal can pick him up. I'm going to assume since it is... Yeah, so we can pick him up with the Quetzal. I'm going to assume, since it's a Ravager skin, that you can probably pick it up with anything that can pick up a Ravager. That's likely the case, okay? And so we're just going to use our elevation here to try to get him knocked out. Now, I'm using the Better Narcotics mod, and I'm using 30cc web darts, so that's going to make this a lot easier to knock him out. But if you're having trouble knocking him out, then just put him into a trap with your flyer, or you can just chase him into a drop trap. For me, I'm just going to knock him out right here, since I do have high ground. Knock him out, and then we're going to kill the new Carno. Okay. Don't know if these guys are a trouble, but we knocked him out. Let me see what his torpor's doing. It looks like his torpor's probably clear. So what we're going to do is we're going to take Bruticus back out. He is my tech giga. And we're going to go kill that Alpha Deinachirus. Because I don't want him up here. And I want to have... Okay, so what is that now? These are Firewolves. Let's get rid of the Firewolves. We don't want any bothers here, okay? And since we have... I don't know if the Quellos are going to be bad for me or not. But I know that Alpha Deinachirus, with my luck, will find its way around the corner here and chew on my Tame. And we don't want that. In fact, I hope none of the stuff I killed behind me spawns in while I'm killing this guy. Okay, he has hit me with an uppercut, unfortunately, but we did get him. So let's get back to our Chupacabra before any bad things spawn back to bite his biscuits. Okay. So it looks like we have a Thyla that just spawned in, or perhaps I just didn't see him over there, but a couple of Thylas. Actually, that's a Gargoylosaurus. I think those are clear. Alright, so can I get to this guy where he lays? Find out. So now they eat only carnal blood packs. Let's try to remember that. And we have tamed a bunch of those. I mean, not tamed. We crafted a bunch of those. So let's see if I can't climb up to him. Can. Perfect. Okay. So we're gonna put those carnal blood packs in his inventory. And I also have a Binturong on my shoulder from the Additional Creatures 2 Wild Ark mod, which increases his, or decreases his food drain, which is why he's eating so fast. I also have 2.5 taming on this server. That combined with the Binturong is why he's eating so quickly. Okay? And just like that, we have ourselves a carnal a Cuero Chupacabra. So let's put the saddle on him that I brought with me, I think. Yep. Okay, so we got that. And then we are going to go ahead and cryo him. Right, now, I want to get him up top and take a good look at him, because if it's just a reskin, like, exactly the same as a... It's literally a Ravager, bro. Come on, man. Okay, so it literally looks exactly like a Ravager. I'm going to get a Ravager and put it next to it in a minute. You know what? Let's go back to the base. And let's see the difference, if there's a difference. I don't think there is. I'm going to keep it real. I don't think there is. But maybe I'm misremembering. I do have a Ravager on this server. I'm pretty sure. So we will go grab one. And we will compare. We will compare and save, right? Right? Here we go. The base is gonna load in. Okay, here we go. So we go up here, and my dinos are through this door right here. Okay, so here we go. So we go to the meat eaters, and I have Ravagers right here. All right, so we have a Ravager. So we're going to put these side by side. And so I don't think the mechanics are the same. So even if they are exactly the same in appearance, they're definitely going to be different in what they can do. And I will show you that in a minute, okay? But I'm going to be a little bit disappointed if they look exactly the same as well. I'll keep it real. Okay, so the Chupacabra is larger. Right? It is definitely larger. But other than being bigger, they're exactly the same, I think, right? Maybe the color region, yeah. So the Chupacabra only has one color region, whereas the Ravager has 3. But other than that, they look exactly the same, right? The Ravager has spikes on its back, the Chupacabra does not. But that might just be because of the saddle being there. Let me take the saddle off. And let's see if it has those spikes there or not. It doesn't. So it's almost the same exact thing. What's up, Zodiac? So we'll put the saddle back on. I'm going to tell you what the differences are. Because obviously they're a little bit bigger than the Ravager. But other than that, they look exactly the same, almost. Okay. Now, the Chupacabra is arguably one of the most famous cryptids known the world over. Yet what most people don't know is that there are actually 3 different creatures all given the name Chupacabra, which means goat sucker. The variety cited in the areas of Texas, Mexico, and etc. is a canine-like creature sporting long limbs, a long narrow snout, and tall ears, all of which are extreme for normal canines. Commonly confused for coyotes or wolves with mange, they got their name from attacking livestock. It appears these same creatures are also being sighted on the Arks, in similar habitats to where they once reportedly owned. A vampiric canine on the Arks? Once again, it is commonly written off as mange-plagued direwolves, hyenodon, or dinocrocuta, but still, sometimes corpses are found dried of blood, with very little flesh actually eaten. Who would even bother to pull such pranks on an Ark of all places? Or maybe you can discover this creature for yourself and prove to all it exists, and discover what kind of creature it can be when tamed, if possible. Now again, we just tamed it. The only food it will eat is called carnal blood packs. These are made by crafting blood packs with raw meat and leech blood. Where Cuero Chupacabra will also eat these after they're done taming, but they'll gorge it much faster than any other food, so watch out. But when they're tamed, they will also eat regular meat. These creatures are immune to both radiation and bleeding. Okay? The attacks that they have inflict a new type of bleeding debuff. This debuff, however, is still parented from the vanilla bleed, so creatures immune to it will still be immune to this bleed as well. This custom bleed is called Chupa Bleed, for the sake of explanation. When a target is hit with Chupa Bleed, it is the same as normal bleeding. However, any Cuero Chupacabra within a certain distance of a creature with this special bleed will get the Vampiric Hunter buff. This buff, while active, increases the damage and resistance of each Chupacabra by 15%. This creature also will gather 3 times as much raw mutton. The raw mutton weighs nothing in their inventory, and it has a 10 times preservation multiplier. So this is basically a mutton creator and keeper. So it's like a fridge. You can put the mutton inside of him, and it'll preserve itself 10 times as good as anywhere else. If the Cuero Chupacabra harvests a corpse using its bite attack, it grants a special regen buff similar to the Argentavis. However, it heals slightly more HP, and while active, grants a 5% attack buff. So let's go look at that in action. So basically, you kill something like an Argy, and then eat its corpse with the left That's trigger bite. Let's do it with this parasite. You can see the gash on it. And so then when we eat it, you can see the buff that it gets. Let's hop off. Yeah, see, it's getting rapid regen. It also has Vampiric Hunter for killing the creature. So that that rapid regen is going to cause it heals HP, and it also grants a 5% attack buff. The left click that I just showed y'all, it shreds armor. It causes special bleeding. It deals 10 times the damage to Ovis. So that way, if you're ever being killed by an Ovis, which has happened to me so many times on the Ark, I can't tell you how many times I've been chased down by a pack of rabid Ovis, and I was like, man, if only I had a creature that dealt 10 times damage to these damn sheep. If only. Well, now I have one. And this will grant 10 times damage to those pesky Ovis. And if it's used on an Ovis corpse, it grants, well, we already talked about that. The right click does a claw slash. Let's go find something that won't kill me. So there's our claw slash. Right click also causes bleed. This can actually be used while moving. Look at this. So I can run and do it at the same time. It causes special bleeding. It shreds armor, but it does not deal extra damage or provide health regen. And it deals less damage than the bite, but it has a wider radius and attacks faster. So, like, I can do that. Okay, if I had... What's happening? But I can do the slash faster than I can do the bite. Not by much, though. I'll keep it real. Keep it real. It's not by much. So you can see that it definitely has different animation than the Ravagers that it's modeled after. Okay, so this ain't gonna be a problem. You know why it's gonna be a problem? Because it's not an Ovis. That's why. Because if this guy was an Ovis, yeah, he'd be dead an hour ago. You're lucky you're not an Ovis, fella. Hold on, just hold on. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna kill him eventually. You can see how strong this creature is. Okay, look, run away. Alright, so it also has a C howl that's not working. C key. Hello? Hello? It does not appear like the howl works. I will try it again. Maybe I did. Maybe it doesn't do. So it's supposed to howl when I do the C, and then other Chupacabra will in the pack will howl back. That's a good point. That could be it. Okay, so then there's an X key feature as well, and we're going to use that on this Parasaur. I want to show you guys what that does as well. This is actually pretty cool. Kill the Parasaur quickly. Because the X key, I guess, only works on a corpse. So we'll kill it, and then we'll go up to it and we'll hit X. And that is also not working. Oh, yeah, it's working. Alright, hold on. Oh, does not work. So the X key is you're supposed to use it on a corpse to regain large amounts of health quickly. However, it has a cooldown. It cannot be stacked with the in-place heal ability. Ah, that would make sense on that one. So let's see here. I don't have it actually activated now. Let's hit X. It's not working. Yeah, it's definitely not working. But it's possible the C key is not working because there's not other Chupacabras around. And of course you can jump with spacebar. But I would think that the X key would work to feed on this guy, but it's not. Oh, it is. It is. It just did it. Okay, and you can see it up top. Health regen, slight increased melee. Okay, so it's very, very... Okay, so it does work. Interesting. Okay. Anyway, that is the Cuero Chupacabra from the Additional Creatures 2 Paranoia mod, which is also from Shadlows, I believe. I don't know if perhaps the creature is bugged or what's wrong with it. But there it is. Let me see if I can't... you know what? Let me turn this off. Turn that off. Why is 6, not F6? Okay. So I want to take a picture of you, bro. Alright, let's take a picture with me on him. Yeah, that's much. We'll go into K. Right up on him. And then we just hit this button and this button, and we get a picture. Thank you guys for checking out my video on the Cuero Chupacabra. Again, if you liked the video, hit the like button. And of course, if you would like to see more of these in the future, you can hit the subscribe button. And we do a new taming video every single week on this channel. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you down the road.